First with breaking news. First with new information. 19 News starts now with a first alert for severe weather.
Extreme heat continues, and now storms that we are going to be tracking our weather team over the next few days. Our heat wave rolls right into and through tomorrow. We are in a stretch of 19 first alert weather days. Look at that. Heat index 107 right now in Sandusky. Yes, it is a dangerous heat wave. Good afternoon. I'm Brian Duffy. Thanks for joining us. First at 4, also on 19 News Plus. Nicole is off today. Saturday is a 19 first alert weather day for possible strong storms. 19 first alert meteorologist Erica Page is here now. And this is tough, timing all this out because there's a lot going on.
There is. And, I think a lot of folks want to know, of course, is it going to rain out maybe my barbecue that I'm having during the afternoon? What about those fireworks plans that we have in the evening? That is what we're going to have to watch closely. Right now, I would say the favorite time is going to be late afternoon into the evening hours. So just kind of your first alert there. Next 24 hours or so should still be relatively quiet. We're seeing a lot of sunshine across the area. Very similar story to the last couple of days. Folks are trying to find ways to stay a little bit cooler. And yes, we're still going to be talking about the heat even into tomorrow. But as that temperature starts to dip a little bit by Saturday, that's when you trade out the heat story for a little bit more of that storm threat. And that will be present even as we get into the later part of tomorrow. You'll notice these extreme heat warnings will be allowed to expire 8 p.m. tomorrow. I do think that we are going to be seeing kind of that trend as we go through the rest of the weekend, that temperatures are coming down. But we do have to talk about these strong storms for your holiday weekend. We're going to break down all that new data for you coming up here in just a few minutes.
All right, and in a major weather event like this, it is important that you know where you can find the resources you need. A list of cooling centers across 6 different counties is on our website, cleveland19.com, posted right at the top of our homepage. The family of a Cleveland police officer killed in the line of duty is now suing the city of Cleveland, saying his death could have been prevented. 19 News reporter Keith Grant joins us live now with this story. Good afternoon, Keith.
Hey, Brian. Yeah, Officer Jamison Ritter shot and killed in the line of duty. This lawsuit today filed just days before the anniversary of that rather horrible night. The lawsuit lays out multiple claims against the city, Police Chief Dorothy Todd, and other city supervisors. A fateful night on July 4th, 2024. That's when Officer Jamison Ritter was shot and killed.
Jamison was and is a victim, and so is his family.
Ritter was looking for a man accused of shooting his own grandmother days earlier. When officers moved in on the house, Hardy shot at officers, killing Ritter. The lawsuit filed Thursday makes multiple claims, including that the police division was, quote, grossly understaffed, that supervisors failed to call in a SWAT team despite knowing Hardy may have had a gun, and that officers work under what the family calls a hostile environment.
And this was a felon that just shot his grandmother that was in the house, and they kept notifying the division he was in the house. There should have been a call up for SWAT.
The Cleveland Police Union president saying upper management often avoids blame.
Upper management turns a blind eye to their own policies and procedures. And when they're shown to be at fault, they use smoke and mirrors to hide that they're not at fault.
The family says in the lawsuit that they were, quote, cruelly notified of Ritter's death, saying it was done over the phone instead of in person as department policy requires. The city responding to Thursday's lawsuit with this statement. This cold-blooded murder was a horrific tragedy that has caused unimaginable grief for Officer Ritter's family, friends, and fellow officers. We continue to empathize with the family as it's an absolute shame that 2 years have passed and the criminal case has yet to result in a conviction. We'll continue to look for additional ways we can honor Jamison's legacy, and we'll let our attorneys handle the lawsuit side of things.
I believe it's the right course for the family to take. I'm sympathetic to the family. They lost a son. The city of Cleveland lost a great officer.
All right, that lawsuit lays out that the family is seeking compensation for these alleged claims totaling $175,000. We did reach out to Ritter's family today. They said they didn't want to talk. Instead, they're focusing this weekend on the anniversary of their son. Brian?
All right, and Keith noted the city's frustration that 2 years later there's still no conviction in the criminal case against Delonte Hardy, accused of killing Officer Ritter. That's mostly because Hardy has spent more than a year in a state mental health facility to restore competency for trial. The Ritter family helped pass Senate Bill 295, signed by Governor DeWine earlier this year, extending competency restoration from 1 to 3 years and closing a loophole Hardy had used by refusing medication while in treatment. The new crosswalks at Lorraine Road and Lear Nagel are now open to people walking through that area. This work was done following the deaths and injuries of young people at that busy intersection. 16-year-old Violet Gustafson was killed there last year while just walking on a break from work. The city says drivers should continue to be very careful in the area, and people walking around should use the marked crosswalks and obey all signals. They are fugitives, but some of them, unfortunately, still on our streets. But they need to be in front of a judge. Dan DeRose is back with our second Cuyahoga's Most Wanted fugitive for this week.
This one is a tough one to stomach. Don't like to hear the details in this. Accused of rape against someone under the age of 10 years old. Let's get to the case of Dennis Bevel.
Well, Dan, one thing I do know is how passionately our community feels about protecting our children. Dennis Bevel is wanted for a rape and gross sexual imposition case that is alleged to have occurred in the summer of 2025. Court documents in this case indicate that the victim was under the age of 10. He failed to appear in court and a warrant was issued for his arrest. He's 5'8" and 150 pounds, and he was last known to be staying in the 1000 block of East 171st Street in the city of Cleveland.
Detective, we do this for a number of reasons. It helps clean up our community. It helps get justice for victims. It might help with a little reward money of up to $5,000. What do you like to remind people?
That crime doesn't pay, but Crime Stoppers does.
This certainly seems like this would be an easy phone call to make to turn in Dennis Bevel. 216-252-7463. That number goes straight to Crime Stoppers of Cuyahoga County. You get to remain anonymous. They're going to give you a tracking number. You can call back in 45 days. The men and women of the Cuyahoga County Warrant Unit are extremely talented. They just need that one tip. A family member that knows where he is, a business that's paying him under the table so he doesn't have to get tracked through taxes. Make the phone call. Let's get Bevel in court, not on our street.
Okay, Dan, thank you. Well, more than 160 million people are under major or extreme heat risk through the end of the week. The dangerous temperatures coming as America gets ready to celebrate the 4th of July. Now, some cities are considering postponing, even canceling July 4th events because of the extreme heat. It would be disappointing. Jen Sullivan has the story.
A massive heat wave crippling the East Coast. Temperatures soaring into the triple digits with feels like temperatures even hotter. And it's coming as millions of Americans get ready for July 4th celebrations.
These are extremely dangerous conditions, and they will affect every part of our city.
In New York City, millions of visitors are expected as the Big Apple prepares for its monumental America 250 celebrations, including a special ball drop in Times Square for the countdown to July 4th.
Our teams will be working through every hour of this, and we will keep you updated.
But the dangerous temperatures aren't just a threat to people's health. There's also fear of possible power outages. Energy company Con Edison warning customers in New York to conserve energy. It could also impact air travel. Delta telling customers the heat could affect flight delays in and out of New York's LaGuardia Airport. And Amtrak warning passengers the high temperatures may cause trains to operate at slower speeds. In Washington, D.C., it's forecast to reach around 103 degrees Thursday and Friday.
This has the potential to have triple-digit temperatures, which may break records this week.
Wednesday, some of the booths at the Great America State Fair had to temporarily close because the air conditioning went out. Many of the cities seeing extreme heat are also hosting FIFA World Cup games, like Atlanta, where thousands of fans face sweltering heat at the FIFA Fan Festival Wednesday.
These heat-related illnesses can escalate very quickly.
In New York, I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
And coming up on 19 Investigates, streaming on 19 News Plus tonight at 6:30 p.m., just after 19 News. It's been 5 years since Raja McQueen vanished, left for a night out with a friend, has not been seen since. Sarah Goldenberg reports on their hopes all this time later. And the very latest on the Amy Mihaljevic unsolved murder case. Nicole Versansky reports on exciting new DNA testing, but also the extreme cost. That's tonight. 19 Investigates, streaming on 19 News Plus. Well, Greater Cleveland athletes certainly have made their mark nationwide in the wide world of sports. Now, there's a place to honor all of their incredible performances. In this We the People, Vic Gideon takes you inside the Greater Cleveland Sports Hall of Fame.
Carol Heiss Jenkins and Hayes Allen Jenkins married, moved to Cleveland. Sweater is what she wore in 1960 when she won the gold medal. These two became the top figure skating instructors in this entire region.
If these displays could talk, they would tell amazing stories of athletes like Olympic skaters Carol Heiss and Hayes Allen Jenkins, and more than 500 others who either grew up in Northeast Ohio or made the region their home after their sports careers.
The inspiration you get, which is part of our mission, is trying to tell the stories of these great athletes so they can inspire young athletes to achieve the best they can be. And the first thing,
an interactive display showing athletes from every high school in the area.
And you'll see all the members, athletes that went to Cleveland East Tech. You'll see Jesse Owens, of course. How about Harrison Dillard? Let's check out Harrison Dillard.
The story of four-time Olympic champion Harrison Dillard, now part of the 2,000-square-foot Hall of Fame at Lorraine and West 47th Street. The Greater Cleveland Sports Hall of Fame opened in December on the campus of Urban Community School, the museum's permanent home, after starting 50 years ago to pay tribute to another milestone in the country's history.
The city of Cleveland was trying to figure out, how do we celebrate the bicentennial, and they came up with the concept of a Greater Cleveland Sports Hall of Fame.
A booth to do play-by-play for aspiring broadcasters.
Oh, this area here is absolutely the most popular.
The museum honors athletes from 30 sports and inspires visitors to hit harder, run faster, and jump higher every day. For We the People, Vic Gideon, 19 News.
Now your top four at 4. The family of fallen officer Jamison Ritter just filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the city. Police Chief Annie Todd and Public Safety Director Wayne Drummond are also named in the suit. The family claims they were cruelly told about his death in a middle-of-the-night phone call instead of in person as required by department policy, and that supervisors failed to call in a SWAT team to arrest a murder suspect, Delonte Hardy, the night Ritter was shot to death. Also, that the city interfered with the Highway Patrol's investigation. Officer Ritter was killed in 2024 after he went to a home to arrest a man wanted for killing his grandmother. At last check moments ago, First Energy had 9,400 people without power across Northeast Ohio. That means no AC. And with this heat, that could be a big problem if it goes on for hours. This is video from this morning in Olmsted Falls, where crews were working there to restore power. Lakewood has been hit hard. Isabella Roberts has been working this story today for us. You'll hear from her at 5. We were told work is expected to be complete sometime this afternoon. That's in Lakewood, at least, but the numbers have been growing this afternoon. Mediators for U.S.-Iran negotiations in Qatar said today meetings have been put on hold for at least a week while Iran holds funeral commemorations for its supreme leader killed in strikes when the war started. The negotiations with Iran come as President Trump tries to pivot to celebrations around America's 250th anniversary. A miracle of sorts in Venezuela. Rescuers have pulled a 43-year-old security guard alive from a collapsed building. He was in the basement, a symbol of hope after the devastation of twin earthquakes that struck Venezuela 8 days ago. He was brought to safety after being trapped since June 24th under all of that rubble. Well, Saturday marks 1 year since deadly flash floods swept through a girls' summer camp in Texas. The floods quickly overtook Camp Mystic, killing 25 children, 2 counselors, and the camp's executive director. Determined to prevent future tragedies, family members of the victims this week launched a Safe Summers campaign, an effort to raise money for safety upgrades at camps and promote safety awareness.
We all began to be driven by understanding the truth. What happened that night? What happened leading up to that night? What happened following that night?
State investigators, in a scathing report, blamed Camp Mystic leadership for multiple failures here, including a lack of a written emergency plan, inadequate preparation, they claimed, before the storm, and poor communication. The camp filed for bankruptcy last month. Breaking at this hour, a police officer in Philadelphia shot and killed a man outside a children's hospital. Police responded to a call about an angry man inside St. Christopher's for children. They say the man pulled a gun and at least one officer fired theirs. A woman standing next to the man suffered an injury and is in critical condition. It's unclear if it was from gunfire and if she was known to that suspect. Also breaking in Colorado, the Aspen fire has burned thousands of acres and it's spreading west into forest area. Many communities are under evacuation orders in this area. The Custer County Sheriff's Office posted that sadly the weather is not helping our firefighting efforts and increasing the level of danger for the responders. While neighbors are ready to celebrate America's birthday this weekend, law enforcement are ready to make sure everyone is safe long after the last firework is shot. First at 4, Stephen Hernandez with the story.
The United States' 250th birthday takes center stage in Mayfield Heights today. Their 4th of July party kicks off 2 days early for the red, white, and blue celebration at the Mayfield Heights City Park. But not before an important message from Mayfield Heights Police.
Officers will take a zero-tolerance approach to any type of criminal conduct or violation of park rules.
Police Chief Anthony Mealy shared a statement outlining the department's safety plan. The chief explains more than 20 officers will be called in for the festival, along with specific rules on entry.
The driveway for the north parking lot to the city park off of Chelmsford will be closed. Access to the park will only be permitted off of Marcel Road.
The safety rules coming along with specific restrictions on what not to bring.
There'll be controlled access points to the park where officers will be enforcing a ban on face masks, hoodies, and backpacks.
The chief says all you have to do to see the justification for these rules and restrictions is to see the park's track record when it comes to these type of events.
For more than 15 years, the events hosted by the city have been incident-free due to the safety measures put in place. We have planned this event, so this will be no different.
The red, white, and blue bash is set to run from 5:30 p.m. until the fireworks show wraps up. In Mayfield Heights, Stephen Hernandez, 19 News.
Day 2 at Bay Days, and this year the family of Amy Mahalovic is raising money to help with their investigation. They will be there every day from 3 to 9 in a tent next to the Bay Village Police tent to support the annual Amy Run this October 24th. 37 years ago, Amy Mahalovic was kidnapped, murdered. Her killer has still not been found. Now the family is hoping to raise $50,000 for new DNA testing. Taylor Swift's wedding to Travis Kelce is shaping up to be a love story of epic proportions. New York City police are gearing up for the highly anticipated celebration at Madison Square Garden. Bradley Blackburn is outside the arena where festivities are expected to kick off later today.
The barricades are up and camera crews ready at Madison Square Garden for what could be the most anticipated celebrity wedding of the year.
Whatever it is, I know it's going to be magic and it's going to be beautiful.
Law enforcement sources tell CBS News pop star Taylor Swift and NFL star Travis Kelce are kicking off their nuptials at MSG this evening with a 100-person rehearsal dinner.
It's definitely a one-of-a-kind sort of thing. I don't know that anybody's ever done it.
On Friday, 1,000 lucky VIPs are invited to attend the wedding celebration with a 4 o'clock cocktail hour, followed by a 5:30 ceremony and a 6:30 reception that runs till 2 in the morning.
It's weird that we kind of know that it's going to happen beforehand, but no, she'll definitely take the spotlight for it, that's for sure.
Officials say the pop star's private security, along with more than 100 NYPD officers, will be here to help control crowds, while the couple and their A-list friends party inside.
This is going to be an absolute spectacular blowout.
Workers have been seen hauling in food and equipment all week to transform the arena into a wedding venue.
They're going to be in there tenting it, putting in flowers, installing. Somebody said that they were installing something that's going to look like a castle inside.
While the arena may seem unusual, it's highly secure with no windows and a covered roof.
She's such a great person. She's beautiful. She's literally my idol. I need to see her.
Phones are strictly prohibited, too, for guests, and NDAs are in place. So this chapter of Swift's love story may stay secret, even in the world's most famous arena. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Stevie Nicks and Tim McGraw will reportedly perform at the wedding celebration. A couple of 19 recall alerts, and the first one is just in time for your 4th of July grilling plans. Conair is recalling over 1 million Cuisinart grill brushes. Small metal wire bristles can detach from the brushes and stick to the grill and then get in your food, and that is really dangerous if you eat one of those bristles. Contact Conair for a full refund. Children's toys sold exclusively at Target is being recalled because of a choking hazard. The recall involves the Gigglescape Under the Sea popping toy. The clear plastic dome can detach from the base, and that would allow children to access the small plastic balls that are inside. Target has received 9 reports of the dome coming loose, including one incident in which a child actually began choking. Return it to any Target store for a full refund.